What's up, Wargamers? We are back with another edition of Budget Wargamer, and our 1,000 subscriber giveaway is well underway. We're making a push to 1,000 subscribers, and as of right now, we are sitting at 978, so we need 22 more subscribers in order to hit that magical 1,000 mark, that big milestone. So thanks to everybody who's stuck with me. I've been doing this about 5 years, so it's not an overnight success by any means, but let's go ahead and get down to it. I wanted to go ahead and break down how you can participate in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Obviously, if you're not already subscribed to my channel here at Budget Wargamer, I'd appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button and the bell next to it for notifications. I only release a couple videos a week. I might start releasing more, but at this point the hobby doesn't really have enough for me to chime in on a daily basis and talk about every single new release that's coming out. Especially since Games Workshop over the last couple years has really transformed into a weekly new releases production schedule. So there's new models or new books or new changes to something coming out literally every week, 52 weeks a year with Games Workshop. So there's already a lot to talk about. And of course we talk about other hobbies as well. To give you a status update, I'm still moving along on my all-night Armiger list, and I've got 6 of them, about 75% complete. We are definitely making some headway. Let me give you a bit of advice. If you're working on these Armiger Warglaves, as this one is, don't glue this carapace on the top yet, because otherwise you can't stick the arms in and rotate them. So I made that mistake with this guy, and now I'm either going to have to cut these little nubs out and glue his arms in, or I'm going to have to magnetize them. But anyway, so that's the paint scheme that I'm currently working on. It's tracking my face. There we go. Come on, focus. Anyway, that's the basic paint scheme that I'm working on. It's kind of an Adeptus Mechanicus paint scheme, something really basic. Most of it actually comes out of rattle cans, inks and washes, a little bit of dry brushing and some techniques like that. If you're doing the bases with like these textured painting materials, instead of buying the real expensive stuff like this GW Astro Granite where you're only going to get 0.8 fluid ounces of basing material, which would probably give you about 2 bases worth. What you want to do is you want to try to grab up some of these Vallejo muds. So something like this Vallejo thick mud, if you're into budget wargaming. This is like this Astro Granite from Games Workshop. These are pricey. I think this is like $8 and something, and I'm questioning whether it's already dried up inside this never open paint pot. Or you could buy something like this Vallejo, this thick mud, and this was like $11.25, and instead of being 0.8 ounces, it's 6.76 ounces. And I'll be damned if these things can't base an entire army. And it's like a tub of spackle. It's basically the same stuff. It's got texture in it. It's painted. It looks like a jar of Nutella, sort of, or cookie butter, something delicious like that. Although it smells like acrylic paint. Definitely wouldn't taste good if you tried to eat it, or at least based on the smell. I haven't tried to eat that stuff, but let's go ahead and take a look at Games Workshop, because I want to dive in and I want to talk about some cool stuff that's coming out. So clearly Season 2 of Warhammer Underworld's Night Vault is coming out, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about that one in particular, although I know I'm going to pick it up because Shadespire is a heck of a fun game to get into. What I was really focused on for this video is this Wake the Dead and Tooth and Claw and some of these other box sets that have come out. We've seen Death Mask that came out not long ago with Eldar and the Death Watch. So we've just been seeing a string of releases, and the modus operandi lately with Games Workshop is to release currently unique models out with those sets. So when Forgebane came out, we were able to pick up the Night Armiger Warglaves as well as the new Necron Cryptek, and then shortly after those models go into their normal production release. With Tooth and Claw, we're seeing a unique Space Wolves Captain, and we're seeing a unique Gene Stealer model, and a couple of the Gene Stealer cult models, things like that. So almost all these sets are coming out with something unique. And then we've got like the new Kill Team box set, the expansion, where we have the new Euclidean Star Striders. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Might not have even read the box right. But these infantry models are fantastic. I love the other dude who's smoking a cigar and stuff like that. But I would build it all list like this. This is like a Forge World type of design model, especially with some of the cool dynamic poses they did in the Rogue Trader set. But I'm really digging the Spiritseer, and I think that this is a really good upgrade from the previous like warlocks and things like that that were part of the Eldar army, and it's great to see them come out in plastic. And it looks like, although I haven't drilled down completely into the box set, it looks like at least 2 different ones are coming out, because they're static poses and there's 2 different ones being highlighted here. So one's got a knife out, the other, they both have some sort of staff. So let's take a look at some of the box contents. And you're also going to get a Primaris Lieutenant, and it looks like there must be some other type of upgrade sprue, because I'm seeing some type of war gear upgrades, unless that comes in the regular Intercessor box set, because it doesn't look like any of these are easy build, aside from the characters. If you want to call those easy build, they're really just single build. So that's basically the uniqueness of what comes in there. But when we look at what the breakdown of the box set is, let's go ahead and see if we can find that, because I was just taking a look at that the other day. And these are really incredible values, assuming that they're coming out at the $150 to $160 mark. And that seems to be the going rate. So let's go ahead and bring up Fayette 2012. If you guys aren't getting some of your hobby news on here, at least be aware that you got to take some of it with a grain of salt. This is really an unofficial news channel. So they repost some of the stuff that's on the Warhammer community site. They're also into other sites as well and other hobbies. But then they also tend to pretty accurately preview some information before it comes out in the mainstream. So one of the things that we knew about here was that we've got a couple breakdowns on what's in the box. I think I clicked on the wrong one, so bear with me. And if we look at it from a dollar standpoint, assuming that this is coming in at $150 to $160, which is what we saw with the Tooth and Claw box set and many of the other ones like Kill Team, it seems to be the going threshold for pretty much close to what wargamers are willing to pay for a box set. Obviously, Adeptus Titanicus at $290 for the Grandmaster Edition was a hell of a push beyond that, and it's expected that there'll be a non-Grandmaster Edition released at a later date, probably in the $120 to $150 mark without the Imperial Warlord Titans. But when we look at this and what comes in the box set, we're getting 5 Reivers, and as far as I can tell, they look like they're the multi-part kit Reivers and not the easy build, because the easy build is 3 Reivers. And then we're getting a 5-man Intercessor squad that appears to be the multi-part kit. You're getting the new unique Lieutenant, so you're getting the Space Marine Lieutenant, which is, they're a cool model. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the models that come in the Dark Imperium box set too. I think those Lieutenants are fantastic. And then you're going to get a squad of the Inceptors. These are good Inceptors, because in the box set from Dark Imperium you don't get the ability to have the twin plasma. So here, being able to build those out, and I really like those types of blast helmets that they've got. This is going to be a valuable box set, because that's like $30 easy of Intercessors. The Lieutenant, you figure he's probably $25 to $35. The Reivers, again, probably about $30 worth. The Intercessors, $50, $60. So you're making up the majority of what a $150 to $160 box set would be there, just in one force alone. Now, I would assume that you're not going to get the hardbound 8th edition rulebook with this. You might get a little A4 or some other sized leaflet booklet that gives you the basic rundown of the rules, and those are cool too. But here on the Eldar side, what we're getting is a full squad of Guardians with the weapons platform, and then you're going to get one of the Spiritseers here is being shown down on the ground. Then you're going to get what looks like a Grav Falcon. I might have pronounced that wrong. Wave Serpent, right? Sorry. I was thinking of the other thing. And then 5 of the what are these called? Wraiths? Gosh, it's been a long time since I've played up against Eldar or Eldari. But what I'm trying to figure out here from this photograph, so when we saw the new models and we see the 2 different Spiritseers, where's the second Spiritseer that we're seeing there on this photograph? And maybe it's just blending in really well, you know, because the helmets have a similar look. But I'm thinking that there's possibly 2 of them in here, unless there's one model's coming in this box and the other one is being released as a standalone model. But I bet you both of them are here in the box. I'd like to see a written box content. So here we go. Here's another breakdown of the armies. So it's definitely looking like only one Spiritseer, but then again, like we were saying, that there's definitely 2 Spiritseer models, and these appear to be 2 totally different bodies. So I'm not sure where they're getting the additional one from. Did you guys know? I mean, maybe I should read more. It might even be mentioned in here. Unless he's being shown for juxtaposition, I don't think that's Eldrad Earthren. Definitely not. Yeah, I figured that's what he looked like. But anyways, give me your thoughts on that. And what other box sets do you expect to see coming out? I know that one thing, I'll give you my wish list, because there's a few things I'd like to see. And I think a lot of other gamers out there, especially Imperial Guard gamers, would like to see some of the same stuff. With new orcs coming out, I think Speed Freaks is an awesome concept. You know, obviously I can't speak for the game itself because I haven't played it, but I'd like to see a new Battle for Armageddon box set come out. Not with Blood Angels, because Blood Angels were there at Battle of Armageddon, if I remember correctly. But I'd love to see a new Plastic Steel Legion come out and really revive playing Guard. That would really be kick-ass, you know. So that I'd like to see. That is have new orc knobs, new orc war boys, new orc boys being released specifically for a Battle of Armageddon box set. I'd be cool with it being a $150, $160 box set, just like these, that includes a couple units. Something to get the force out there. Something to make people pick up and play orcs again, which I know that Speed Freaks will probably have some influence on that as well. So that's one that I'd definitely like to see. But comment below what other types of box sets you want to see. And also let me know what you think. I've tried to slow down my speaking pace in this video. I tend to be very hyperactive and high-spoken or quick-spoken, which, looking back on this after I watched the recording, maybe I'm going to come across as being very fast-spoken in this one too. But anyways, stay tuned to Budget Wargamer. We're about 22 subscribers away from hitting 1,000. Let me know what your thoughts are on Wake the Dead, and let's stay tuned for some more info, because we know that there's going to be new release announcements that are going to come out late Friday night, early Saturday morning, and I'll try to stay abreast of those and make a timely video when those become available, so stay tuned.